Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. I think this is the first time in, I can't tell you how long, that there hasn't been a fan running or an air conditioner in the background or whatever. 39 degrees out there this morning as we were tiptoeing about in the dark. So bundle up and start your day warm. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, America's kick-ass coach and psychologist, here with some words of wisdom for today. And the deck that said it was time to be pulled is the Priestess of Light deck by Sandra Ann Taylor and Kimberly Weber. Good morning, Carrie. Welcome, welcome. Glad you are here. We have Priestess of Light today. So let's just take a couple of nice deep breaths and settle in. And what I like about this card deck, well, a lot of things, but one of them is the pictures are always really powerful images of women. So there's the woman, and she's kind of melded with an eagle. Good morning, Deb. Glad you are here. Welcome. Our card for today is Clarity, and it comes from the Priestess of Light deck. So Clarity. All right, let's see what it has to say. Clarity. Planning, releasing illusion. Releasing illusion. This eagle priestess, I'll show you her again. There she is. Good morning, Diane. Welcome, welcome. Happy day off. So here is our word, clarity. Planning, releasing illusion. This eagle priestess heralds a time of productivity and clarity for you. Now, don't freak out at that word productivity. It's not meaning in the old sense of toiling, okay? We'll get there. This card is telling you to sharpen your focus on your own goals right now. And I would say the same thing for goals. Good morning, Linda. The goals are not the same as we used to set. So the stuff we used to do in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s is not what we're talking about right now. So we'll get there. Let's see what it describes. You have the vision. Now make your plans and set them in motion. Think of how the eagle's lofty perspective allows it to see far-off prey and adjust its actions, anticipating changes before they arise. So, in other words, this is a flexible, fluid planning. It's not, I'm locking in my path and here's exactly how I'm going to do it, etc., etc. Good morning to you, Linda. It's going to be a flexible, ever-changing kind of a plan that accommodates what's happening in the moment. So there's course correction to accomplish whatever your goal actually is. And your goal may also be somewhat fluid too. So let's say you have a goal of prosperity and you're initially thinking in the monetary sense, and then as you're working your way through things, you come to realize, no, the prosperity you're looking for is in the relationship sense. You want a lot of good, fun, enjoyable, solid relationships. So don't be surprised if either the goal itself and or the method you plan to get there changes as you go. That's okay. That's cool. Real plans, not just fantasies, are called for. So get clear about your goals and what it will take to achieve them. Again, though, that flexibility of what steps I'm going to take to get there. Just keep taking the step that's in front of you, and the path will open up. It'll modify as it goes. So even if you're thinking, okay, I need to get from here to there, and these are the 5 steps it's going to take to get there, you may find you get to step 3 and something changes. That's okay. Don't worry about that. Just go with it. This newfound clarity requires you to release any present or past illusions you've been holding on to. And I'm going to suggest those oftentimes are illusions about ourselves, illusions about what we think we're not capable of. Thus my tagline, you're capable of far more than you think you are, all right? These may be false assumptions about situations or people in your environment. They may be false assumptions, again, about you and your capabilities. I see that a lot. So be honest with yourself about your own plans and others' intentions and the potential outcomes. Illusions also sometimes encompass deeper aspects of yourself. Yes, yes, yes. Even if you think you no longer carry old hurts or misinformation, you may be subtly influenced by fears and limitations you've unwittingly accepted as truth. Have you had that happen where you felt like you've really made progress and everything's going well and you're humming along, and then you come across that one person or that one situation and you feel like you're right back into the muck and the mire again? That's okay. I would say welcome that situation. It's an opportunity to see that something isn't yet healed, and then you can do your work on it. Let's see. The eagle calls you to look deep within and reclaim your inner strength. As you do so, your true power becomes more clearly directed and your creativity starts to take shape. So I always think of writers with this regard. They write and write and write and write and write, and a lot of it's drivel, chaff, not useful stuff. But that's what's priming the pump for the good stuff, right? So we want to do our due diligence. We want to show up and do our work. And some of it may feel like it's not very useful, like you're tilting at windmills, but in the doing so, again, you're priming the pump for your creativity. Well, that didn't work, and that didn't work, and that, well, wonder if this would work. And if you didn't go through all the iterations of, well, that didn't work, you wouldn't ever get to, maybe this would work. Okay? The vibrant golden colors surrounding the eagle, show you the card again, signifies greater mental activity and brightness of mind. Doesn't that sound lovely? Brightness of mind. I don't know about for you, but for certain periods during these COVID years, I've felt a dullness to my mind. It's like, come on, think. And the gears just weren't turning. So now there's going to be brightness of mind. Isn't that lovely? I think we got the WD-40 out and kind of gave those gears a little squirt, and we're going to be off and running here. Great value is coming to your life. Don't be surprised to find the time before you opening up with new ideas, accuracy, inspiration, and even prosperity. I like that. The time before you opening up. It's time to get clear about who you are, what you want, and how you're going to get there. This card is telling you, plan, prepare, and prosper. We got 3 P's there. Plan, prepare, and prosper. And the affirmation is, I release illusion and confusion. I release illusion and confusion. That'd make a great mantra for a day. I think clearly, focus on my plans, and let my life shine. And again, I want you to be very aware of that unconscious tendency we have to pull up a little short, pull up a little short, pull up a little short. See what you can do to get yourself to keep going. It's kind of like we overrun first base. That's what we're going to be doing here. We're going to overrun this goal. Shoot beyond it. Aim beyond it. And that's something I actually learned in my Mary Kay training, that when we were aiming for a certain goal, they taught us, go aim beyond it. Because if you go just up to the goal and you stop, oftentimes there's a little bit of a backslide and you don't quite meet the goal. You don't stay there. If you overshoot it, then you're solidly there. You're solidly there. So, but again, I want you to feel into this, that it is not about the divine masculine run amok goal after goal after goal after goal, and you're toiling away to meet all these goals. No, 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 no. This is the divine feminine brought in, so there's a balance between them. So there's again, I love using the analogy of the bicycle. So there's the pedaling time, but there's also the coasting time, and there's a beautiful natural flow between the two. So in this case, there's the daydreaming, goal visioning time, and then there's the let's implement this time, and then there's more daydreaming and goal implementing, and etc., etc. Okay? So just allow yourself both. Ventilate the idea that there can be both. As Pema Chodron says, ventilate it with the breath. There can be both. There can be this divine right balance between the doing and the being, between the seeking and the allowing, and take this time to practice bringing that online. So that's our card for today, is clarity, planning, and releasing illusion. So with the releasing illusion part, you might want to do some journaling about this. What am I pretending not to know? What am I pretending not to know? So hopefully that gives you enough grist for your mill to get you started. Struggling with this last couple of days, mental resistance. Okay, so what I want you to do is one of two things, or do both. I want you to sit in the whole brain posture. When you're feeling that resistance to that direction of growth, cross one ankle over the other, the zombie arms, and just sit like that for a bit. Breathe into that resistance. Do not fight it. If you fight it, it will get stronger. Be with it. Just breathe into it. Okay, tell me what this is about. What, and usually there's fear under there. What's the fear? If I grow in the direction that I'm intending to grow, what am I afraid of? All right? So just sit like that. You can also do some journaling on that. Taking the ecology check part of that worksheet that I've walked us through a couple of times. What do you stand to lose? What are the negative outcomes, possible unwanted consequences, downsides of actually growing in the direction you want to grow? What do you stand to lose? Take a look at those. Put them on the page. Good morning, Carolyn. Welcome, welcome. It will be eye-opening what shows up there. Absolutely fear of failure, new career direction. Okay, so here's the thing. As long as you keep getting up, you cannot fail. You can bump into things, you can make mistakes, you cannot do something well until you do something well. Be willing to make those mistakes. Be willing to screw it up royally. You will learn invaluable things. And what's usually hard about that is our ego gets in the way. Our ego doesn't want to feel embarrassed or ashamed or having to say, yeah, I screwed that up, that didn't work. But those who can do that, those who can say, yep, I made a royal mess out of that, then I learned blah, 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 they're the most highly successful people. The least successful people in the world are the ones who are unwilling to screw things up. All right, you are welcome, dear. Have an awesome day, all of you guys. Clarity, that's what you're aiming for today, is clarity. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.